Hi, my name is Katie Garrett, and I'm in my final semester of the Social Justice and Human Rights program. The topic of my final paper for this course is centered around analyzing migrant art exhibits, representations of thematic experiences, and migrant death. The research question guiding the work for this paper is how do migrant art exhibits offer insight into the experiences of migration and migrant death? Beginning with the significance of examining migrant artwork. Analyzing migrant artwork offers insight into the spectrum of individual and shared experiences across the journey of migration pre and post settlement. Although events within this journey of migration may be similar across the board, individuals experience these events radically differently dependent on their identities outside of their status as a refugee, migrant, or asylum seeker. It is critical to understand the complexities and range of experiences in order to disrupt a monolithic representation of the migrant experience. Artwork offers a visual lens into both the individual and overlapping experiences of migrants across the globe in a way that traditional texts cannot. The events encapsulated into defining the migrant experience include, but are not limited to, the events precipitating an individual's decision to migrate, the ultimate weighing of benefits and risks, the act of movement itself, the restrictions and obstacles in place depending on geographic location, the act of crossing both physical and virtual borders, and the range of experiences if resettlement is achieved. Whether through representation through artifacts, drawings, paintings, or documentary photography, migrant artwork sheds light on overlapping themes of emptiness, loneliness, death, struggle with identity, hope for the future, the complex nature of borders themselves, and more. I will be examining several art exhibits in depth throughout my paper and will focus on 4 of those for this presentation. The first presentation and the first art exhibit I will be analyzing within my paper is called the Toe Tag Wall Prototype by Jason DeLeon from the Hostile Terrain 94 exhibit. This art exhibit features representation of migrant death through 3,200 handwritten toe tags that represent migrants who have died trying to cross the US-Mexico border between the 1990s and 2019. In a similar way, to demonstrate the difficulty of crossing oceanic borders, the Life Vest Cemetery piece by Yanis Hamalakis from the Transient Matters exhibit focuses on artifacts reflective of migration and migrant death through the Mediterranean Sea on the Greek-Turkish border. These artifacts have been memorialized in order to represent the struggles and obstacles in crossing the border. Other themes revealed through migrant artwork is the theme of movement. This piece is called When Home Won't Let You Stay by Rina Sina Kalat from the Insecurities Tracing Displacement and Shelter exhibit. Intentionally, one key feature of this exhibit is this woven chronicle by Rina Sana Kalat, who used electrical wires to portray patterns of migration and to symbolically represent the harsh obstacles, such as border fences with electrical material, as well as to represent the energy created through electricity and thus the energy brought through cultural diversity and migration as a movement. The final art piece that I'll focus on in this presentation is titled Temporary Detention Center and symbolically represents the struggles and obstacles one faces after crossing the border successfully. This overall exhibit features 75 historical and contemporary artists intended to inspire discussion around the experiences and perceptions surrounding migration. The overall exhibit is titled The Warmth of Other Suns: Stories of Global Displacement. When thinking about the significance of examining migrant artwork and what this offers us as viewers, aside from what we can receive from from written texts, are that we can begin to understand and visualize how aspects of experience are explored and conveyed in different ways depending on identities and depending on different locations of the world. We can also see how representations of loneliness, movement, loss of identity, the representation of borders, the memorialization of artifacts, and the intentional use of materials suggest overlapping themes in the state of rightlessness forced upon migrants and the obstacles faced. And here are my references for this presentation. Thank you.